Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Thanks for joining me again. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. That would help me out a great deal. I'm trying to build the channel up. If you like this video, hit like. You know the drill. All support is always appreciated. All of it. So, MIKAELA Mayer versus MAIVA HAMADOUCHE. Were you aware of this fight this weekend? I think it was on Friday, actually, Friday evening. If you weren't, you missed just a hell of a barn burner, okay? This was a brilliant fight. Go check it out on YouTube. Again, we're talking MIKAELA Mayer versus MAIVA HAMADOUCHE. Mayer from America, Hamadouche from France. This was for the WBO, IBF, super-featherweight titles. The champ going in was MIKAELA Mayer. IBF title was vacant. I think the Ring Magazine belt was also on the line. So this was another example of women's boxing taking a huge step forward, because this was a brilliant, brilliant fight. Okay, MIKAELA Mayer looked at least one weight division bigger than Hamadouche. Very tall girl for the weight. I think she's about 5'9". Hamadouche a lot shorter, 5'4", I think it was. I think I looked this up on BoxRec. It's 5'4". And yeah, the size difference was very, very pronounced. However, from the opening seconds, Hamadouche, who only knows one way to fight, poured over MIKAELA Mayer like sauce over spaghetti. She had this swarming style. She has this swarming style. Going in, I think she had 22 wins with 18 KOs, which is a very high KO percentage for women. In women's boxing, you don't get a lot of high KO percentages. And she only had one defeat on her record, Hamadouche, and that was to Delphine Passoon. God only knows what that fight was like. I haven't seen it, but both those ladies go hell for leather and fire punches in bunches for every second of every round. So it was with MIKAELA Mayer. Hamadouche went straight at her from the opening bell, letting both fists go. Again, she only knows one way to fight, and that's to slug. If you haven't seen MIKAELA Mayer fight, she's extremely well schooled, lovely stance, lovely shape to her. Likes to fire very pronounced, slick, refined punches. Has a very good variety of punches, but likes to box. She was 15-0 going in, and I think she only had 5 KOs. So she didn't really look for the KO, MIKAELA Mayer. She likes to box, box, box. She didn't get a chance against Hamadouche. MAIVA Hamadouche swarmed all over her, and for the first few rounds, a lesser fighter than MIKAELA Mayer would have been overwhelmed. But gradually, MIKAELA came back into it. The key to victory, as MIKAELA's corner kept on saying, was body work. And sure enough, she gradually managed to control Hamadouche, landed some excellent body punches. Her punches were just far more precise. She didn't have to find Hamadouche. Hamadouche was always right in front of her, virtually, you know, chest to chest, so to speak, head to head. And Mayer, once she got a little bit of a rhythm going, she was able to vary the punches, land some very, very clean, noticeable punches, especially to the body. You would think Hamadouche would have slowed down. Not a bit of it. She just carried on rucking and rowing with MIKAELA Mayer. It was a hell of a thing to see, a hell of a slugfest. And there isn't really much more to say about the fight. I suppose as it went on, Mayer's work became far more noticeable, far better. She was winning the rounds on technique and style and accuracy of punch. But you couldn't not give rounds to MAIVA Hamadouche. Her work rate was amazing. I say you couldn't give her rounds, but the one black mark against this fight was the judges' scorecards, because although MIKAELA Mayer won a unanimous decision, which, considering the cleanness of her work and the precision of it, wasn't surprising. But one judge had it 10-0 in rounds. I think the other couple had it maybe 8-2 or 9-1. Disgraceful scorecards, absolutely disgraceful judging. Okay, there is no way on God's green earth that this was a whitewash. Okay, Hamadouche won. I had a 3-1 up, I think, after 4. There's just no way she didn't win rounds. She did on sheer work rate. Her technique was completely lacking. It was all about swarming. It was all about work rate. It was all about get in her face and fight. Nothing at all sophisticated about MAIVA HAMADOUCHE's work. But nevertheless, as the smaller, much shorter woman with the shorter reach, she had one option, and that was to fight, because she wasn't going to outbox Mayer. If she tried to outbox her, it would have been like AJ trying to outbox Usyk. You know what I mean? There'd only be one winner. So to say that she didn't win rounds is just ludicrous. Terrible, terrible scorecards. Although, you know, the right woman won. You can say, I thought Mayer won. But, yeah. But this is, I'm turning into quite a sort of advocate for women's boxing without realising. But on the weekend where we had, you know, Canelo and Caleb Plant fight, which took all the attention away from everyone else, this was a great, great fight and a big step forward for women's boxing. Another big step forward. If you don't like women's boxing, then you don't like boxing, because this fights like this and a few of the other recent ones, they're just great fights. So big up MIKAELA Mayer. She's now the WBO and IBF super featherweight champ. Commiserations to MAIVA HAMADOUCHE. A fantastic effort. Brilliant. She did France proud. She did herself proud. Go watch the fight on YouTube. Tell me what you think about it. You won't be disappointed. It's a brilliant, brilliant fight. And yeah, thanks very much for listening. Again, if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd really, really appreciate that. Trying to build the channel up. So thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Much love.